she is actually holding a severed head. There is no body attached to that head. So that just kind of shows you she wanted that man, could not have that man. So hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome back to FaerieQuest. We are going to ask the fairies what they foresee for us for the upcoming week of January 11th through the 17th, 2021. So we're going to shuffle a little bit. I've already swished the cards very thoroughly on a table before doing this reading to make sure they're good and mixed. So I'm just going to shuffle a few times here and split the deck. All right. So card number 1, the Scales, which is the 8 of Clubs. Card number 2 is the 10 of Diamonds, called Tendra in this deck. Card number 3 is the King of Diamonds, or the 13, called Leo in this deck. And the 4th card is the Throne of Spiders, the 9 of Spades in this deck. Okay, so those are the 4 cards that the fairies have given to us for this week. So let's actually get into this reading and see what the fairies are sharing here with us. All right, so quick first impressions here. These 3 cards here we have had in previous readings. I think we've had the King of Diamonds 3 other times, and just 2 weeks ago we had this 8 of Clubs, and then earlier on we had the 10 of Diamonds. We have never had the Throne of Spiders, but we will find out why the Lightworkers were called in last week. This card is very, very important. We no longer have the balance of suits like we have had the last 2 weeks. We're missing the heart here. And the only suit that is in its natural position is this last card, this 9 of Spades. We have some light here, and that could be a good thing. We'll have to see what it says in the reading. And I think that's probably about all I want to bring to your attention for first impressions here. Okay, so this first card, the 8 of Clubs, the Scales, is about our mind. It is balancing our mind. It's telling us that it is time to get rid of any biased thinking that we have or negative thought patterns and find a brand new way of looking at things and thinking of things. Kind of imagine the words as above, so below. We want to have high thoughts. Thoughts of what we would like our lives, our world to be like. And from, the higher perspective, we can see that, we can work with that. Because remember, thoughts are very powerful, and what we think very often comes into reality. That's how powerful the thoughts are. But there is one catch with this particular card. It sits in the diamond position, and diamonds is light, and it is our spiritual transformation card and our humanity card as well. It is a balance between the two. In this case, because of what is going on globally at this time, we need to keep a portion of this secret. In other words, there is no light on what we're doing here. There can't be any light on what we're doing here. We need to keep this a bit quiet, on the down low, our higher thoughts and our new way of looking at things and trying to change our current reality. That needs to stay on the down low, because there are those who, when we are doing something, they are doing their best to destroy anything that we try to do to make life for ourselves better. So this card is also an air card. That's the element. And since it is an 8, it's high in energy. So one of the things that we need to do is breathe. So taking a deep breath now, if you're feeling as though you're frustrated and you just can't see what it is that you would like to create in this world, just take a deep breath. Allow yourself to breathe and do breathing exercises at home. This will also help with combating the effects of the face apparatuses that they are requiring from us right now. We need to keep our lungs functioning and keep them healthy. And the only way to do that, the only way to combat that, is to breathe. And I'm talking deep breathing, not just the shallow breathing that we normally do. Now, in the second position here, we have the 10 of Diamonds. And this is Tendra. Now, she is depicted on this card as a young girl, but she is of very wealthy means. And because of this, she just can't be satiated. She has to have everything. What she has already just isn't enough. It'll never be enough. She has to have more and more and more. So part of that more is us. As you can see, she's sitting in the club position, and, she wants to have all our communication for herself. She wants to think for us because we're too stupid to do that. She wants to breathe for us, or decide whether we should or shouldn't breathe. Maybe that's the better way to put it. She is actually holding a severed head. There is no body attached to that head. So that just kind of shows you she wanted that man, could not have that man. So she had him killed, and she's satisfied at the moment just kissing his severed head, because that makes her feel as though she has won. Now, I know that's pretty disgusting imagery, but it is what the card is about. It is wanting to have everything that everybody has, because these people don't feel complete if they don't own it all. So being a diamond, we're seeing this. And again, from this higher perception here, not just about the way we want the world, we're seeing things from kind of a bird's eye view, so to speak. And we're seeing what is going on here. The light is shining very heavily on these people who just don't want us to have anything, and they want to have everything. That includes us as slaves. We will provide for them. We already do, basically, but it is getting worse. We'll put it that way. So this is a very, very greedy card, and one that is very, very hard to combat, because these people have money. Again, this is why the light workers were called in, to help everyone open their eyes and have that higher perception and bring about the as above, so below. We want a beautiful world. So then we have the King of Diamonds, and in this deck, he is Leo. And Leo in the zodiac is a lion, and the lion is a powerful, powerful animal. This king has two depictions. One, it is us. We, as a group, as a pride, like a pride of lions, we are powerful, much more powerful than these people who have money. However, they've made us feel like we aren't powerful at all. We aren't able to see or feel as though we are entitled to air because they've taken that away through fear of some sort, and which is all lies. This is why the communication card is missing, because nothing that they share is truthful. So as this king, we are depicted as this king. We are powerful in the truth. And more people are starting to realize just how powerful we are. This is also a depiction of a king. Someone who is on our side and has hidden agendas for our good. Okay, we're missing the heart here, which is the natural card. But that is because right now, we can't afford to live by our emotion. And that is what a heart card is. We cannot afford to do that right now. We need to tuck our emotions away, stop being bleeding hearts for everybody else, and push forward to create the world we actually want to have, and to push against these people who would prefer we aren't alive at all. So we need to push away those emotions. No more of this, oh, well, if you're not wearing your face apparatus, that must mean that you don't care about anyone. We're trying to balance the scales here, okay? There is no validity to that statement because there is no actual deadly sickness. This king knows that. The majority of the people have had that light turned on to know that that's not factual. And now something, and here we have the 9 of Spades, which in this deck is the Throne of Spiders. If I could just get it to, there it is. Now we have the Throne of Spiders, the 9 of Spades. And this card is in the Earth position at the moment. It is the only card in its natural position. This makes it one of the most powerful cards in this layout. And this card is about something that is stealing the energetic power from us. Things have gotten way out of hand. Something earthly, because this is an earth card. This is the earth position. Something on this earth has been consuming us, okay? And, you know, with everything that's going on, that is pretty much all anybody is talking about. The sickness on the planet that's global, and the disagreements, the lack of scales, the lack of balance. Matter is winning over the battle of spirit. So the scales need to be balanced. This is very important. The scales have to be balanced. We need to have our humanity and our spirituality equaled. None of this. And if you think about it, what's showing on there is a spider, okay? And we all know that spiders are like vampires. They trap and they mummify their prey and suck out the life-giving force of the creature that they have trapped. Again, another graphic imagery like this one. But this is what these people are. Psychic vampires, would you like to call them that? But they are sucking the life out of us. They're sucking the life out of our earth, our Mother Earth. And when I say sucking the life out of us, I'm not just talking on an energetic level. I'm talking they're taking away all the joy of what it's like to be human, our communication, our ability to breathe freely, recreation, anything that is enjoyable. These people are sucking out of us, taking away. And that's not the way the earth is supposed to be. And when the joy for living can no longer feed the spirit, we end up as basically shells, lost souls. But the good thing here is we are beings of choice. We don't have to be victims. We have power. The fairies have told us this all along. But they called in the light workers this last week because this game is being stepped up. And the light workers need to come in and help all of us see what's going on between these very, very greedy people and the power that we actually have to fight off this sickness. They are the sickness. The sickness is not in the air. We get the flu or we get a cold. We've done that for years. But part of what these very spoiled people have control of is the communication. For those people who still have televisions, you're being fed so much that is not truthful. And that's what they're counting on, is those people who are willing to believe everything that they see communicated to them from their televisions. They're counting on that because that gives them power over people. Because unfortunately, we are beings of choice, but we're also emotional beings. And nobody wants to die. That's fact. Nobody wants to see other people die. But we need to create in the mind, quietly, secretly. Even this king has a secret side. That's why he's shown in profile. He has a secret side, a secret agenda that he is working toward helping us, as we are helping him, bring about this balanced world for our humanity and for our spirituality, and move away from this completely. But right now, this has a lot of power. As I said, it's in its natural position. There is something that they are trying to put into our bodies that should not be there. And there are those who believe and, are lining up to have it because they're so afraid they're going to die from something that does not truly hurt anyone any worse than the flu or the common cold, except for those people who maybe have already lung issues or heart issues. And, the flu, the common cold, can take that to a high level as well. So the fairies are sharing with us here. Realize who we are. Work with that king. Realize who we are. And get this scale balanced. And stop allowing these people to enforce more and more poison into our thinking and into our earth and into our food and into our minds. And just, they need to be eliminated. What we want in this world, is no more of those and just this. And to have it be balanced, we really do want diamonds, clubs, hearts, spades. That would be a balanced layout here. That means that everything would be going as it should be for our humanity and our spirituality. So I'm going to leave you with that thought from the fairies, and I know they keep pushing kind of the same ideas, the same thoughts, but they want to make sure that you understand. They want to make sure that you are working for the good of yourselves, both humanly and spiritually, and for the good of others in that way. Balance those scales. Realize the power that we have, and realize our rights to air, to communication, to think for ourselves, to be creative, to be individual. That's what we need to have. That's what we need to balance. And this is power. We have power. So there you have it, the reading for January 11th through the 17th, 2021. And as always, take whatever resonates with you, and what doesn't, just throw it out. So until next week, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Take care.